Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another pod of our channel. And today's topic is suffering. And for this practical implementation of it, and see how much we can take it. That also not just suffering, but pre-owned suffering. Prior to the life or prior to the outer world, that will give you the suffering. How much suffering you can take voluntarily, so that when the suffering comes or when the suffering punches you in the face, you can be well prepared because you have even achieved greater horizons beyond it. So that's the what main our today's approach is. And to help us with that is here comes the Jolochip, which is quite spicy, and we'll take the souls and we will take its soul and see what will be our reaction or how we will react to it, because it is also our first time, like just first time. You know what I mean. Any words?
That's what she said.
Who's gonna carry the pots? Let's go. So at the Jolochip, it is not a full Jolochip, it's a half Jolochip. My friend consumed it, and he told that half of the chip was consumed by 5 of the individuals, and it's a half chip. And here
It's expired by. I'm just kidding.
then also it will take your soul.
It's more deadly than your regular Jolochip.
It
Doesn't look much appealing though.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I think so. It will be enough for all of us.
Okay, it is spicy.
The fragrance speaks for itself.
Yeah.
Let's show them in the camera. We have to show it. I can give a quick gloss over. Here it comes. You can. Here comes the Jolochip.
Alright.
Okay. And
We got it covered.
And here is the milk, because milk contains casein protein, because the capsaicin in it will only be reduced with the casein, and the casein is only present in the milk product. So if you are trying this out, do keep milk products beside you, not ghee or butter. Just keep milk, and that will be enough of it. And please, Avina, do the honors. Yeah, take this. No, take this. Oh, a bit of it.
This will suffice.
We will start all together, and I will take the big chunk.
Definitely. Oh, but what I'll say me that it doesn't matter.
What?
Small or big. Fuck
You
this.
need of it. I need 2 pieces of it now. Taking 2 of it. Let's go.
Let's have this.
No, cheers first.
Okay.
Cheers, bro. Stay on.
तेरे कुछ भी नहीं.
Full well. Wait.
Build a visa. Oh, alright.
Eating it now.
Yeah. So basically, when you intake your saliva, that's when it hits.
Yeah, even saliva.
Not while chewing it.
Not while chewing it, and now it's just coating the inner side of your mouth with all the heat which it has to provide. Even it's tasting like chili.
There comes the guardian friend.
Yeah.
2, 3.
But मतलब इतनी भी स्पाइसी नहीं है.
ठीक है.
वो स्पाइसी वाला आता है ना डोरिटो वैसे ही. It's not like that.
भाई एक चंक और तो मुझे. हमने बड़े चंक नहीं हैं.
वही बात चंक नहीं होती. देखो ये तो वही ये तू जो बोल रहा है ना प्रैक्टिकली अगर मैं एग्जांपल के साथ बोलते ये वो चीज है कि 1 किलो लोहा और 1 किलो कॉटन कौन पहले गिरेगा. बात वही है जितना मर्जी करो टेस्ट वही है.
होटल्स पर एक चिप से रेडी वो कंसंट्रेशन that differs.
And now the fate mouth is totally being filled with saliva, and I'm enjoying it, man.
I was just expecting a bit much like
Yeah. Torture?
yeah, like I wouldn't be able to talk.
Yeah.
I would be screaming with pain or something like that.
Yeah.
Or I'd be crying.
लिखा तो वही हुआ भाई.
But we are hard, bro. But it's just fine.
So
let's take
Let's
it.
start the topic.
this
then.
was
Let's take it.
worth it. This is our daily snack.
There is like another part.
So yeah. Along the same lines, we are starting the pod that is totally focused on pain and suffering.
Yeah, even I'm getting that. But that's when the tough times hits you in the face, and still,
We are doing it.
still, because still you have that outer suffering which is not letting you do your work, but you are doing it. That's what matters in it. And see, you can see my voice is also a bit changed. That it is continuously taking the attention of my head that you cannot, you should not do it. You should do, like we have the options here,
Yeah.
right? But regardless of having the options, regardless having all the evens in your code, then also you are choosing the tough path. That is what means. That is what building character is. That is what taking pre-owned suffering is.
Yeah, definitely. And before consuming the chip, what I observed was my brain was like, we are going into danger, we shouldn't do it.
Yeah, mine too.
And the threshold was just building. It was getting higher and higher with every second passing. And as soon as I saw the pack of the chip, my brain was like, let's run, don't do it, let's do it another day. We know we can do it, we'll do it another day. The survival instinct was making it more difficult than it was. In reality, it wasn't worth the shit. To be honest, it isn't that spicy, but the brain was making it like you're gonna die if you're gonna eat it. The buildup was so big, but as I suffered the pain, or as I was introduced to the pain that this can inflict on my body, everything was gone. The brain was like, we can handle this
Easily.
we were adapting to this, and it wasn't much of a thing than we were expecting it to be. And that is something that we face daily in our life. Before every task, even before going to the gym, you will feel all the pain that you're gonna feel in the gym, even though that pain will be lesser than what are you feeling in your mind, or what you are building up in your mind. But that is a daily thing, and as the Stoics say,
Treat your body so rigorously
Sleep.
that it will never be disobedient to your mind.
and that is the same thing I
Goes with it.
yeah.
And one thing what I too observed is like even my heartbeat was also raising a bit. Like we are going to taste that spice. See, even my mouth is being filled with saliva when I'm talking. Yeah. Even you are talking, it's the same. But one thing which I observed that if we were not ready for it, we were not mentally ready for it, then we would have not been able to talk like this. This was self-owned suffering. Once you take self-owned suffering, then there is no turning back. Because if out of blue, if I will just introduce it into his mouth, just placing it in a piece of bread or something else, then I think he will react in a much more adverse way, or even I will react in a much more
That's
surprised way.
unexpected.
Yeah, but here comes the part of taking pre-owned suffering, self-owned suffering. Like you are open to suffer. You are open to take the hardest path which is available. And that is what I think where brain comes in. Like you can predetermine the circumstances, predetermine the odds, and predetermine the catastrophes of the life and the malevolence of life, so that you are well prepared. It also can reflect the quote of thrive for the best and hope for the adverse.
Yeah.
That is how, and that is what is the way of living is, and that is what maps of meaning is. To introduce meaning into the life. Maps of life is the book of Jordan B. Peterson.
Maps of meaning.
Maps of meaning. Yeah, maps of meaning. Like how we can add meaning into this suffering. Like we just consumed it. Here we go once again. Here we are consuming it. So we are introducing suffering for the meaning. We are here talking about it. Otherwise, we have seen people on the internet who are just consuming it and just acting like they are in the hell.
Yeah.
It's not hell.
Their demise is here.
It's paradise. It's just your
And one more thing, I think it shows our credibility that we not only just spout shit, we also do it in front of the camera. We are taking shit. We are not just to say that we are stoic. We believe in stoicism. We take a different approach to life. We are embodying it. You haven't seen any of us screaming or crying or whatever the content creators do when they consume these kind of shit.
They will just overly react and just say,
You guys shouldn't do it.
we are the one who did it, you cannot do it, every one of you can do it. Even if you are not eating spicy things. Like Abhinav or Kishore Pali is not consuming that much of spices on his daily basis. Even I don't consider that I eat a lot of spicy food, but yeah, but if you are open to suffering, if you are open to experience, even I am feeling blessed that I am blessed that I can experience this suffering.
Yeah. And we got to do it together.
Yeah. Yeah, mine too. A bit chunks, small chunks. Bring 10 more. You can take it. And there comes we. I said we can take it. There comes the significance of building back. Surrounding yourself with the people who are open to suffering. Surrounding yourself with the team or the individuals who will not just in front of you and say take the easy path.
Or will betray you. Like at the moment now, just consume the chip. I had to do it. Otherwise, I would be the one betraying the pack. I just have this thing. Otherwise, I was gonna say let's taste this first. Let's just put it in the mouth. I was like, let's do it. Fun. There the shit goes.
Even there comes the Stoic philosophy, just do it.
Yeah.
I just follow that. Even there was no second thought in my mind that I have to just taste it or first lick it and let's feel a bit burnt, then I will do it. In life, there will be the same mentality if you are building your business, if you are watching out for any job, or if you want to pursue something, or even if you are with a woman. If you will say, first I will taste her, or first I will just take a bit of it, then I will be able to take.
Then I will decide will I take it or not.
First take it, then there are options in front of you. Take that easy path. Then if you are not grown up enough to take that suffering or credibility, there
over
will
the
be
time you will
pathway.
develop it. Even if you take it, you will develop
Yeah,
it.
even the people around will beside you will grow by seeing it. Suffering, we are enjoying it now. Even that a bit pinching sensation in the tongue is just acting as an icing over a cake. And here they say, what they say? Please read it out for them.
What to expect? Short term, loss of speech, mouth on fire.
Mouth on fire. Short loss of speed.
Impaired vision from tears.
Oh!
R.I.P.
Not,
Brother,
oh, I can't see you.
not even a single tear, man. Not even running noses.
मजाक है बंजो.
Jolochip. Let's take it for snacks then.
So as we have introduced what suffering and pain is, let's start where we started with the pain. Like initially when we weren't even aware of it.
But before starting, you have said your parts. मुझे तो बोलना है.
Oh, I see.
Indeed.
I have only one philosophy: accept the pain with smile. Even if it hurts, even how bad it will be, but accept it. सिंपल फंडा है यार. ठीक है, पेन सफरिंग बिना पता के नहीं आएगी, मेडिसिन के साथ नहीं आएगी कि हाँ भाई आ रहे हैं, तैयार रहने. सरप्राइज है, कुछ भी होएगा. तो आई फील लाइक जो जैसा चल रहा है, इफ आई एम suffering through any pain or any catastrophic thing, accept it and smile it and dodge it or उसको face करो with your full power, with your full capacity, and treat it like it is just a small piece of shit like this.
Indeed.
But just like don't give it as much more attention than it is required.
Focus on the thing which is more required.
Very honest, it's like chili flavor कुरकुरे बस.
हाँ.
कुछ नहीं है, नहीं है.
Definitely.
Even
देखिए YouTube पे भाई.
Even it will give you the confidence to when you will be sitting with the 10 individuals, you will be like, bring it, I am here to take it.
Yeah.
And 10 individuals will be like, we cannot do it, we cannot do it. You will eat the whole chip, or you will take the whole suffering and you will grow. They will never grow because they are not having the audacity, or not they are not having the courage to take that. And even it takes courage to do it.
After effects of जो उन्होंने mention करा, after effects like impaired speech, you can't speak and eyes will be filled with water वगैरह वगैरह कुछ नहीं है. सिर्फ 2 effects दिखे मेरे को. एक heart beat raise हुई है.
That was
body
good.
पे. No, before नहीं था ये अभी होगा. दूसरी body से heat निकल रही है. Bit from ears bus.
Okay.
And third.
Yeah, we can say a bit
Nothing. A bit of heart. Very little like
Mild.
thoda.
The major effect I can feel is my mouth is like more lit.
Nothing.
That's all.
Nothing.
Even now my
Nothing. Nothing. कुछ नहीं है.
Different for different people.
My mouth is just now getting that peace. Prior it was burning, but now it is decreasing. Just decreasing. खत्म.
नहीं है कुछ नहीं है भाई. मजाक था ये.
The more painful was getting punched in the face by Taj bhai. Sorry, Tej bhai. He punched me in the nose. That was more painful, bro. My nose bleed.
And chip is a small thing. ऐसे भी तुम अगर जैसे chip is let's say a small thing to do here. Even in your life, there will be some situations that you will face, as Abhinav said. There will be unexpected catastrophe in your life. But if you are prepared well, or if you are used to taking the pain, or are having a stable mind that can take any, like you can do 100 things right, but still one thing will go wrong. If that also comes into your expectation, you will be ready to deal with anything. And the chip was I will say, the kind of illusion that it had built. The advertisement agenda was there. They just advertised it so big, and they make it such a heinous thing that you will think after consuming it, you will be on like your death bed.
Yeah, you will be like,
But-
it will be the major cause of your nemesis.
But that isn't the case, and same is with the people. There are a lot of people who advertise themselves to be something else. There will be people who will say, "Tu nahi hai kya, I have done much better than you." But when the tide will rise, they will be the first one to run away, and you will be there standing to face the catastrophe and to deal with it and to mitigate the damage it will cause and to find a better solution for the future. And that comes with starting from a smaller pain, then building along it. And that's all from me right now.
Like here they have said that hashtag last chip challenge. Do try
They even made a paper on it.
sharing the social media. I try to share it on social media, but I think that's not worth it. But I will add that hashtag because I would love to show them that please introduce something more powerful in it.
So everybody gave introduction about the pain.
Hmm.
And one last quote.
Definitely.
I just talked about it.
The stage is yours.
थोड़ा भी बस इससे मेरे को एक फर्क दिख रहा है. इंग्लिश हिंदी थोड़ी मिक्स हो रही है. How to dodge pain or how to accept pain, maybe not the right thing, but according to me, rule yourself first, then you will rule the world. This is just a small thing. We have decided to eat it. We have ruled ourselves. We ate it, and now we are.
But this is
very
a
much okay.
small win.
A small.
This is a small win that you will collect over the time,
Yeah,
and you will.
with small steps you can, with
Yeah.
baby steps you can do many things. You can
even climb
take
the
a marathon. Yeah.
And even one thing that I have means I am observing and experiencing is like we have done this. You can see the pitch of our speaking or the energy levels are just like skyrocketed. We are like, man, bring on now.
What next?
What next?
What next?
Bring on. Like, the pain or suffering will give you that confidence, which you will never get from seeing just the hierarchies of the life when they hit you in the face. When you will go out there and say like, I will do it, I will take that pain, I will put in the effort which is required to do it. But you will get that confidence that even if there will be hundreds of the individuals, you will be shine, you will be in the limelight and you will outcast them, and that the people who will be above you will be able to look at you. They will be able to pick you in the thousands of individuals. That's why this phenomenon is of pre-taking the suffering, prior it hits you in the face. Because when it will hit you in the face, you will be like, cool.
It's like the more you sweat in the training, the less you will bleed in the war.
Yeah.
It's as same as that. And along the same lines, now again I'm coming back to the topic. I think unconsciously when we were younger than we are
now.
yeah, before 4 or 5 years earlier, what was the self-inflicting pain that you did unconsciously or consciously? It can be anything. For me, it was going to the gym, and basically it's the gym that gives you pain at that age. I was in my
Even for
10th
me,
standard.
yeah, it was changing my
the gym.
mentality.
Initially, I couldn't stand the pain when you are in your last reps and the pain gets so intense. I used to leave the shit, but after a month or so, when I was doing bicep curls, I was doing bicep curls, and there was this moment. I was also heartbroken a bit, and there was this moment, and I was like, "Bas, har baar idhar hi chhodna hai." And just that thought flipped me, and I was doing 5 more reps at that age and at that time with bare minimum muscles that I had at that time. So uske baad pain was like more of a day-to-day thing rather than just avoiding pain or gym. At that time I was more energetic to go to the gym that I am right now. I will say, I'll be honest. At that time I had that craze ki bodybuilder banna hai. I wanted to be Rock. I even decided to just shave my head and shave my face, be all clean and be like Rock, get a tattoo like him. Rock was like
Indian Rock.
Yeah, Indian Rock. And at that time I was so passionate about it, and that was the time I appreciated the pain, because somewhere along the lines it was the pain that was helping me grow muscle and all that, and that was all me at that time.
One thing which I have observed a lot is like now current scenario and the current mindset and the current philosophical aspect of the society is like pain is not for you. Pain should, whenever you see pain, just run. The current philosophy on which our society is thriving is like pain is the demon. But deep down, pain is what we thrive for. If everything is right, if we see the current scenario, everything is in order. There is a very less amount of chaos. Prior to it, there were wars, hunting, gathering, no food scarcity. Since the dawn of human existence now, the amount of food which is available and at a such amount of convenience was never available since the dawn of human existence. So everything is in order. And when the suffering comes, people be like, we don't want it. But have you ever looked back and saw your ancestors, how they thrived and what led to this present day where we can be at ease? That was all suffering. So why to run from it? Why can't face it?
Even as of today, अगर मैं वापस भी ना जाए ज़्यादा पीछे भी, even as of today, if you go to some village or something, there will be some farmers who will be doing manual labor.
Yeah.
By their hands with the help of cattle or something, but they will be in the sun 24, like throughout the day, throughout the night, because even at night there are some things that you have to do. You have to secure your farm from the wild animals and other stuff. They are also putting in labor. They are not complaining, although they are having their suffering. Even their financial aspect is we are weak. They are literally so weak. Then we are so financially blessed, I'll say.
Yeah.
They are feeling the suffering. They are even financially weak. They are also putting in manual labor. I have never seen them
Bragging about it.
yeah कि हाँ पाई खरीदा है या or even they are not the one to cry in public. You know, I do a lot of things. Even some of you guys out there, you do a workout and you cry throughout your day that I have done workout इसलिए मैं कुछ भी नहीं कर पा रहा. That is a fucking excuse.
Yeah.
That isn't work or putting in work. जो manual labor कर रहा है, even a laborer is doing a work. He isn't complaining at the end of the day कि आज मैंने इतना काम किया या मैंने इतनी ईंटें उठा दी, मैंने ये कर दिया, मैंने वो चढ़ा दिया. He isn't saying, but you there you are lifting 10 kg dumbbells and complaining about it throughout the day. That isn't an achievement, I will say. That is more like bringing shame to yourself.
Yeah.
That I can't take this much.
Yeah.
Your ancestors would do a manual labor, then they will come home, they will play with their kids or whatever they were able to do with the family that time, and they will continue the next regime. They will continue the same regime next morning, again and again. That this was their lifestyle. But now, as of now, we have become so accustomed to the comfort. Even the food is most of the children or the newer generation will not even know where the food is coming from, and they're so accustomed to the comfort that even when minor pain hit them, even if heat hits them, they're like, we are getting uncomfortable. We want an AC or we
Turn
want
on AC.
yeah.
We cannot focus. And here we are focusing after eating, having that chip.
Our fan is even non-stop.
Yeah.
So that is the difference between the older generation and that what we are having as of today. And in these times, those who strive for intentional pain and those who strive to develop a callous mind, I'll say they will rule the world.
Indeed.
They will rule the betas, or those who have sharper fangs will always perform those who are not sharpening them, or those who are defamed.
Yeah.
Alright.
And one thing there comes, like, I would say, let's first talk about the physical aspect. In today's time and era, the men are facing the lowest amount of testosterone which they have faced in the last decades or since the dawn of human existence, you can consider. Why? Because suffering is less.
Yeah.
The more will be suffering, the more will be the hard work on your body, the more will be the testosterone, and the testosterone is the life force which we can consider, which is responsible for protecting and providing the individuals beside you. And that is what it is decreasing, because you are not taking under voluntary pain. That pain can be mental and physical both, because for the both aspects, testosterone, which is in the case of men, is very much important to take it. But it is the tables are being turned, as females are now having greater testosterone as compared to men. As compared to
In
men,
their
not
proportion.
in their proportion.
Proportion.
In their proportion. Not they are now being
Competing with men.
competing with feminist, you are having high testosterone. I believe you.
You have high testosterone, but you got no balls.
Yeah. So see, the scenario is getting flipped. Why? Because even the women are not being able to see that type of masculinity in the society in the current time and era. So that's why they are switching to these roles. And even there comes the Matrix, who is dooming the men to be docile and
Promoting more comfort.
promoting more comfort. Here comes the physical aspects, and now I would like to add the philosophical aspect. Like now I am reading the 12 Rules of Life by Jordan B. Peterson. In that, he has specifically mentioned that the rules, philosophy, and every kind of hierarchy was designed in regard to that particular time and era, what was needed to be done for the upliftment of humanity. Rules, there will be individuals, there will be liberals and there will be conservatives. The liberals' duty will be seeing the opportunities, seeing the outer dimensions of this world and fine-tuning that rules, like doing a bit ups and downs in it, bringing some more meaning to it, and then revivifying it for the upliftment of the current time and era. Because in current time and era, the demand will be different. Like now we are talking about taking self-owned suffering, but in the prior time, the suffering was imposed. But now you have to take it self-owned, otherwise you will never grow. And there comes, he said that rules will be made, the basic fundamental or the virtue by which a human should live is see what is created, learn about it, learn more, learn from your aspects beside you and from the outer world, recreate it, and if needed, destroy what prior was needed or which does not have a great significance in current time. For that, to develop that wisdom, to develop that virtue, to see that proclivity of life, to see that sheer horizons of life, you have to take that suffering. Then only you can create. Because in creation, there will be suffering, there will be focus, there will be sheer amount of passion which will be required. And for it, you have to take suffering. Great scientists like Tesla or other individuals, they used to take suffering, man. They used to sit 8, 10 hours, 12 hours. Even their body was fucked, but their mind was
at the right place.
So there will be suffering one way or another. If you will not take it, you will never grow. And then when the malevolence of life will hit you in the face, the people beside you will suffer with you, because you are never alone in this world. There will be your friends, there will be your family, there will be your kids, there will be your partner. If you are docile and not facing enough or not capable enough to be that shield for them, everyone will suffer. If you are not able to even have that chip and just react on the internet like it's motherfucking hell, no man, it's not. The life is much more malevolent. When the life will hit you, you will cry out. That's what suffering in life is. So you should be audacious enough to see that what is needed to be done. Because in current time and era, the philosophy in itself is now deteriorating. The people are not believing in the concept of God. The concept of God in itself is philosophy. The hell and heaven are itself on this earth. You don't know what you will see after this.
Yeah.
So create your hell and heaven itself over here. See, like, it's just your perspective of seeing the things. I said that I am enjoying it, so I am enjoying it. The only thing which you can control in this world is your mind. So why not?
Even when you get anxious, there is a choice to be made. If you feel you are anxious, you will feel anxiousness. If you say, no, I am excited because of this event, your brain will just take turns and it will realize that it is actually excited for the event that is going to happen in the life. And I think Abhinav,
Yeah, sure.
yeah, on you.
I'm feeling sleepy after this. Yeah, I'm pissed off.
Come on, man, wake the guy up.
Excite him!
Flip the switch, Abhinav.
Sure. I'll do it. So, we are talking about parent suffering. According to current era, or according to current Gen Z, what suffering is, we are traveling with a bike in this 40-degree temperature. Oh my god, so much heat. Such a pain, such a suffering.
I
We are
had
getting
a-
tan.
I would like to add one.
I had a run in
Gen Z suffering. तूने streak तोड़ दी.
I had run it 40 days.
And yeah, and we are getting tan. Oh my god, we have to go to the salon.
Apply
Stop-
sunscreen.
Stop being a girl.
Apply sunscreen, man.
Being a man is
They will be like, accepting this my sunscreen.
Being a man is accepting and suffer the pain and thrive through it. You were talking with the ancient times. And according to ancient times and according to, if we compare them both, there are 100 ratio 1. The pain at that time was 100. The people at back that time, they were ready to get that pain. They were happy after achieving it. Today's time, we are getting the small cut. Oh my god, doctor, get me some stitches. But हाँ, सुई मत यूज करना. आजकल के लोगों का ये काम है भाई, इतनी सी सुई लग जाए वो कुछ नहीं होता. Simple.
That needle one I would love to add.
So-
Prior to it,
And after that you added Jordan's
yeah,
perspective and Jordan lines. I'll add example related to it. Basically, होता क्या? There are two types of people. One are kings, second are slaves.
Hmm.
The king will remain king if he do जो उसने करना, if he is going through जो उसको चाहिए डेली रूटीन में है, चाहे वो पेन है, चाहे वो सफरिंग है, चाहे वो उसकी जो भी हार्ड वर्क एंड ऑल थिंग्स ही गॉट ही डू. स्लेव ही रहेगा अगर वो ये सोच के भाई वो तो किंग है, मैं उसकी तरह उसका पेन नहीं सफर कर सकता जितनी वो पेन. इफ यू वांट टू बी किंग and in present if you are a slave and you want to be king, accept that pain, go through it, learn from it and thrive through it. Basically तुम ये जरूरी नहीं है कि भाई वो काम वाले बंदे का काम जो स्लेव का बंदा स्लेव का बेटा स्लेव ही रहेगा. If you want something you have to achieve something or do something.
Even the king was once a slave.
Yeah.
And even if you want to turn the tables,
Hmm.
you have to act on philosophy and take whatever it takes to be the king. Okay, you cannot take that, you cannot get that money in your this lifespan, or you cannot get that.
It's
that
not
amount
about
of
money, basically.
It's
It's
about
not about
having that
money.
mindset and proclivity
It's
towards
not
life.
about money. I'll give him my personal example. In 7th, 8th, I got bullied so much. Get hit by the bat twice in front of teachers on my head. Get hit by keys. Got this mark. Get hit by rod. And at that time, I was like, why I took birth here? Why I am here? after 10, in 9th or 10th, what is this? What I am doing? I took all those kids, 3 of kids, and boom.
You beat the fuck out of them.
Yeah, I just gave them a gift of 7 stitches. So this is not a basic example. मेरे कहने का मतलब ये है कि जरूरी नहीं है कि हाँ तुम suffering, अगर तुम्हारे पास pain है, तुम suffering है, तुम उसको बोलते रहो यार I'm getting through a lot of things or I'm getting through a lot of pain. Find a way out and go.
Go beyond it.
Go beyond it.
And even suffering adds more focus.
I was getting this much bullet because of my weight basically. You know, from a very heavy kid, having it double or triple sin. So after that, reducing was much worse pain than that. Getting bullet is normal है, ठीक है, आदत पड़ गई थी रोज की अब तो उसको कम करना बहुत ज़्यादा पेन थी, बहुत गंदी सफरिंग थी एंड उसमें जिम ट्रेनर्स आपको पता ही है आज के टाइम पे दे विल बी लाइक भाई डब्बे खा ले, टैबलेट्स खा ले,
Testosterone booster.
They will give you different kind of pain.
एनाबॉल आते हैं वो खा ले भाई पतला हो जाएगा, फैट बर्नर खा ले, ये होता है. If you want to reduce something or if you want to gain something, you have to go through pain and you have to go through suffering. I have suffered for like 3.5 years to get back to a bit of shape. I'm not completely in my shape right now, but yeah, I'm far better than before.
Yeah.
That's your cookie jar.
And pain has also increased the consumerism in our
And-
current scenario. You add first, I will add.
Yeah. So previously, after eating a bit of chili, लाल मिर्ची होती है ना, ऐसे भी टच करो, very spicy. इसको खा के नींद आ रही है मेरे को. कुछ भी नहीं है. नहीं लिटरली ये तू कह रहा है ना बड़ा चिकना खा ली, मैं लिटरली सारी भी खा लेता, कुछ नहीं होगा यार, कुछ नहीं होगा.
Even when I was kid, my parents used to say कि जो मिर्ची खाता है ना उसका दिमाग बड़ा तेज होता है. तो I was having that कीड़ा. तो छोटे थे मैं हरी मिर्च खाता था, हमारे यहाँ पे छोटा सा गमला था उसमें हरी मिर्च होती थी बड़ी तेज. And I used to eat it. I used to like दिमाग तेज होगा ना, मम्मी के लिए खा, definitely तू खा. So वो मतलब सारा खत्म कर दिया मिर्ची खा के. And now back to what I was saying earlier. Pain has also increased the consumerism in this society. Like अभिनव said कि मुझे कट लगा है तो इंजेक्शन नहीं लगाना और कुछ और सवेर हो गए तो मुझे स्टिचेस नहीं लेने. There are alternatives to that and that is a good thing कि we are getting advanced in medical technology, but that suffering has also birthed to a new community, LGBTQ, that we are getting today. The hormonal changes that is being prominent in the West, that is also because a kid born as a man, when he see that there is a lot of suffering being a man, he tries to run away, and then he get to the consumerism market and they will be like, you will turn into a woman or you can be something else, you are not meant to be this, you should identify as some cat or earth or whatever. I don't know the hell going on with people, but yeah.
Escape from pain. These
And we
guys have
just-
introduced 26 genders.
26 genders.
Yeah,
26 ways to escape the pain.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That is
Not
basically
26 genders. I am not giving a statement. ठीक है भाई.
And same is for the
केस मत
women.
करना.
And
I
same
don't
is-
care, but केस मत करना.
And same is going on for the women in the West. When they can't find they cannot fill the roles properly. They will just take the agenda that I identify something else. I am just locked in this body. No, you are not. You are just high on some hormones that are making you feel otherwise. Now, if a woman is taking testosterone, he will obviously behave like a man and he will feel he is a man. There is some sense to it, right? So basically, before acting like an idiot just to escape pain, you should take a step back and develop yourself, develop your threshold to that pain instead of just finding a quick fix and escape. Even if you check on your gender or something else, there is also suffering. You guys are fighting for it. Those guys are fighting for it. Even in India, we thought ठीक है as compared to the West. Those guys are fighting for it.
He knows, bro.
That is then those guys are fighting for it. That we have our pronouns and all that stuff. Basically, I'm too old for it. And he means he. I can't.
means she.
She means she. That's it.
There are only 2 genders. We are we are the supporters of Donald Trump.
And until
There are
unless
only
you are
two
birthed in the third one, I don't
category.
Yeah.
That's that's what life is, right? Life has given you that. Okay, then it's whatever life gave you. We respect that. But being a man or being a woman, you are just changing it and going to the consumerism market and then taking up external hormones and changing yourself into something else which you are not. That will just lead to suffering.
Even government side.
Such a bad way to mitigate pain.
Yeah.
Such a bad way.
Even
Go out, hit the gym. Don't marry. Don't take responsibilities. You will live a better life as compared to just taking hormones and changing your overall prospect of living.
And I would like to add another prospect or aspect in this one.
Before that, I'll add
Yeah,
bit of
definitely,
small
definitely.
example, very small example. Even government websites where gender we have to select, they are given four options basically: men, male, female, transgender, and not specified. Not specified.
Yeah.
Not
That is
specified are 26 genders. We even government doesn't.
Even you guys are confused where you belong.
You.
So let's expand.
And
that.
you were talking about that in India it is very less. Go to Delhi or Chandigarh, you will
Yeah.
face it. Recently there was a pride parade, and instead of having that all those guys, normal बंदे नाच रहे बीच में.
They were just having
Delhi and
I would like to believe it that way. I'm a small town boy. I don't have it.
Even
I have to do shit with Delhi or Chandigarh. I'll be with you.
But one thing which I have observed over internet is that men or the teenagers, 17 to 18 or 20 years, men are just dancing like bitches. Why, man? Why are you not having that credibility, or why you are not having that masculinity or that sheer amount of positivity towards yourself?
Yeah.
You are just acting and posing like women. That will just deteriorate your own worth, man. You will not be able to look into your eyes. When your kids will see it, what they will learn from you, they will be even be a greater chasm than you are. If you are at -10, they will be at -50. What legacy you are leaving? You are not acting as a benison. You are acting as an atrocity to this world. What your ancestors have lived and thrived for, and what shame you are bringing to them. So what you want from your life? Go out and read some books. Go read Way of a Superior Man, and then you will be like, okay, I should have purpose in my life. Because there is no philosophy in current time and era. There is no direction, and in that prospect, I would love to add that religion part. Even the Christianity or the Islam or even all of their religions does not promote it. They every kind of religion, every kind of philosophy which has thrived over the years is always promoting that take your roles, do them with all your heart, and life will bless you. Definitely. Believe in God, believe in the concept, do your duties well, take care of the people, put your shoulders back, and stand up with the straight chest, open up to the world, open up to love, open up to the suffering, because if there will be love, there will be suffering too, because everything will come at a cost. You want something but you are not willing to pay the cost, then you will get nothing. Even if you want to buy this chip, you have to pay the cost. See, this is a very naive thing which people have created in this world. But what about the blessings of life? You have to pay some price. You should be willing to pay it. The only price you can pay is suffering. You can take 5 years of suffering, and then you can thrive for the next 50 years. Andrew Tate's quote. He is promoting masculinity and he is being doomed. He should not be, because he is adding religion and he is adding philosophy to the world. He
So
is
basically expressing his own views.
Yeah, because he thrived over it. That's why now he is having more cars as compared to his sons.
And that will, as now I talked about the guy who is dancing and all, and I would like to expand the topic. There are pain. One is the physical pain that we are all familiar with when you get hurt or when you are getting stitches, and then another part of pain is the mental pain that you will get.
That's why I'm
So
taking it.
another part of pain is the mental pain that you will get. And as now talked about the guy who's dancing like bitches on the screen, somewhere I feel that those kind of guys are escaping the pain, their mental pain, that they're not getting enough attention from their parents or from their peers. And moreover, to add into it, they're also escaping the pain of working a normal job or going out in the world and pursuing something much worthwhile. They are just finding a quick fix or an easy way out, like who doesn't like if he has to get, like, if he has to do 5-minute dance and be paid in millions? They're just finding a quick fix. And those kind of guys are promoting it in such a way that everybody thinks that it's gonna work. What will you do when another pandemic will hit? Or what you will do when the war will hit? What will you dance in front of your enemies? Will you say, I don't know how to fight, I will dance?
They
Kindly-
will say,
Yeah.
तेरी प्यारी प्यारी दो अखियाँ। ज़्यादा serious हो गया था।
So basically, उन्होंने अपना mental pain कम करने के लिए they started a new thing. They started
A new philosophy.
demoralizing our values, demoralizing the way the things were conducted earlier. It's all right. You are free to express your views, but they should be worth it. Just as Mr. Jordan Peterson mentioned, you should break a structure if it is not relevant as per the time and the era. But when you destroy it, you should place a new one and a better one, an efficient one in place of that, so world can thrive even more. But what you are putting out here is, you got the sources, you are connected to the world, but now you are putting in is trash. You are dancing like bitches. You are telling males that you shouldn't be male, you should be more female type, or you should have
Vulnerable.
Yeah, you should get vulnerable, you should cry, that is alright. Crying is not an evil in itself, but the way the influencers are promoting it is shit and should be called out about. But a lot of people are afraid to present their ways because they will get the pain, because their followers, the one they are criticizing, their followers will attack you. No, वो तो हमारा देवता है, he's saying the right thing and you are the wrong one. And there is a pain in calling out the bad one and to do the righteous thing. And I would like to take it, and I would like to call out to all those influencers out there promoting a bad culture in the society, in the Gen Z and the generations, those are gonna come. You guys are gonna die and will be unfulfilled. You will live an unfulfilled life. You will visit bigger stages and do those shitty moves, but still that is going to be an unfulfilled life, and your woman will also betray you in the path.
Yeah.
When you are not faithful to yourself, how would you expect other person to be faithful to you? There is pain and suffering only in your life, and that is self-created, and you are not even, the sad part is you guys are not even realizing it, why you are getting or why you are treated that way.
That is the only reason why, because you are not able to set the boundaries up to, because you don't have the courage to take that. Suffering will come with setting boundaries. Even like I would love to add why I just took that chili oil from it, why I took that all that spice which was inside it, because what I observed is when you are under pressure and suffering, you act better. In Stoicism, they too refer that a true man is discovered when he is faced with suffering. Only a true man's potential can be exposed when he or she is under pressure. If you have never seen pressure, then how you will act? What is your own potential? You will never come to know it, and you will live a very disdainful life where even you don't know who the fuck you are, who you can be, and what you could have been, and what was your threshold. Even David Goggins also talk about this same philosophy. So, I don't know he's stoic or not, but the philosophy plays a major role in it.
And there is a pain in being a philosopher. And most of the generation out there don't have the wisdom. They are just confined in the mindset of just being on Instagram, then to home, then to school or whatever they are getting, and then again to Instagram. They do not have a wider perspective about the world, and most of them are not even working to. Let's say you are not a philosopher. I'll say those guys are not even taking interest in their own fields, the technical or business or whatever. They're not even exploring it fully. They're just going with the flow. Because if you want to achieve that, there is pain in learning, there is pain in philosophy. Even reading this power book takes me an hour, and out of one page there are 3-4 words that I don't understand, and I have to search them again and again to understand its meaning. And that
also regard to the sentence that author meant.
Yeah, you cannot understand, and there is pain in understanding others' view, but
Taking their wisdom.
yeah. But as an average man, though, you cannot be a leader until unless you take the pain of understanding the view of the people around you in your team or the people you are surrounded with. Because when you have your own perspective, and you can also see the things with from other perspective as well, you will bring out a very unified and a very unique solution that will cater to the whole society rather than just to yourself. And but it is a hard thing to do. It will bring pain in your life. It takes pain to understand. Let's say I want to understand now. I have to embody his thinking process, his thought process. I may not be able to replicate it to the 100%, but still, it will cause me pain to be a 50% of it. And then I will move on to Abhinav and understand how he sees the world and what he observes in the world. And doing that is enormous pain, and nobody is going to take it.
Because you have to declutter your own beliefs and thoughts.
Yeah, you have to destroy yourself again and make yourself again. Again, you are doing the same when you are onto a different person and then onto the different, and that is a repetitive process.
Constant death and rebirth.
Yeah.
And there takes pain in birth and death.
But
Everyone will congratulate you, but no one knows how many times you were fucked before getting pregnant, before being capable enough to give birth.
That is also a pain, different kind of pain.
Yeah. If there it is, why not in life? Take that pain.
But in today's era, understanding someone is way too easy because they have nothing in their life.
Yeah.
They are like wake up, go to school or go to job, come back home, scroll Instagram, sleep, or get some messages and scroll, and being some desperate guy, texting me hello ji ki haal chal and move khatam.
And there comes
That's
part.
their day part. And moving to that dancing guy, I'll not move that to that specific part. I'll give a short example or short stuff that is happening in the daily basis. In these generation, these Gen Z guys, they are like, we'll go to the club, we'll dance till 4 a.m. But they can't wake their ass up at morning to go to the gym or go do some productive or doing their own homework. School ke bacche. So they can't do their own homework by waking up in the early morning, and they'll be like, in these cases they'll be like 5 बजे हैं अभी तो कहाँ ही उठेंगे. They'll wake up at 11. But if we say and call them at night 1, let's go to the club. हाँ रुक आया मैं अभी. In this life, understanding the people's thought process, thinking process in their life is way too easy. You can judge anyone with the.
Yeah, most of the people are having those trending reels on their phones, and they're always thinking in the same pattern.
You can you can judge someone by these 3 things. First is open their YouTube history.
Yeah.
Second, open their Instagram
And also
for
the
you page.
feed.
For you page, and they'll show if you are gym person or if
Let's
you
do
are
it
old
now.
person.
Let's do it
You
now.
will be like you can.
Let's show them. Let's show them. Let's do it now.
May God.
Let's show them. My
May
phone
God.
is recording, so
Yeah.
wait, I will log it in his phone.
No issues.
Yeah, I have to show them. Yeah, that's
Same. Boom. Gym. We go gym.
Mine is like partial anime quotes, I think. One from the
Mine is gym. Full gym. Either it's gym, either it's editing or
there will be gym women out there in the.
Yeah,
that's common.
that's needed for this much amount of masculinity.
Yeah.
gym, phone, and
I don't even know what's on my explore page.
yeah, gym, phone, and photos.
And here comes the Shun Kishore ID here, so that there is no lying or there is no.
Yeah. You can even advertise my profile.
Yeah.
Promote my profile.
Do follow this content creator. He will just act as a benison for you. And I think the focus is not yet on it. Yeah. Now you can see. The focus was on at the back. So now you can see it clearly. See, here comes the Stoics. Here come the tigers. Here comes the dragons. Will also come here. See, here comes the boxers. Here comes the exercising individuals. And here comes, sometimes we have to eat some good stuff. Chiji. Some chiji is also mandatory. After this much chaos of life, there should be something to look up to.
Personal chiji na nikhali, aaja.
कोई बात नहीं.
I think they are enough.
We have high standards for personal chiji too. That chiji will not
Let
be.
me say it too.
Wait. Now Abhi's turn.
My For You page, either it's
This is his personal page, and here comes his falling. See the woman exercising, the man individuals. See David Goggins. See ISSC, bodybuilders, swimming, technology. See, you will not see that, and just
And
compare it with yours.
That second page, let me show that too. You
Wait,
will
wait,
see
wait.
all photos,
See,
photography.
okay. Just compare it with yours.
Let me do the second login.
Let's get some minds, bro.
कोई नहीं कर रहा फिट आएगी.
Mine will. I don't know how it will look.
Yeah, editing, all editing related.
Here comes his
Second page.
second page related to editing and all that, and here we go, for you page, and see here all related to editing
Different
different photos, how to create content, how to do it. Here comes Dragon Ball Z. That is also good stuff to look up to. Wait,
Dragon Balls introduced weightlifting and bodybuilding into our lives.
let me add on my account into it. Set your notification logged in to this device. If you are already logged in on another device, you can open Instagram or approve this request.
So, sad thing, we will
Sad
not
thing,
be able to
no. We will do it. We will do it.
We will do it.
We will do it anyway.
We can.
We will just pause that video
No.
and then we will do it again.
No, we will not pause that video. We will edit that part and you can add that in your screen
I
recording.
will do it now. I have to do it. It is important. It is important, bro. Wait. As promised, here comes my account. Let's see what treasure it is in it. And just first show them my personal account there. No, just do the honors, bro.
So much girls, man, dude. See,
Yeah,
this
I
is
just
his
masturbate
account.
24/7.
This is his account, and shoo. Oh my God! See, these are boxing ones. Yeah, and you Tate mindset. Yeah, bundle at 497. खरीद ले भाई. ठीक है. David Goggins, cars, boxing. Boom. 2-pack. Nice. Everything related to gym, boxing and stuff.
Self-development.
Self-development.
सुबह का थोड़ा पेन नहीं आया है, चेक में फॉलो करना होगा.
मैं कैमरा ठीक है उसका?
मसल्स मतलब बिना
फ्रेम ठीक है ना?
सेंसर करनी पड़ेगी.
Okay.
So here as we have shown the feed of three of us. Now just compare it with your feed. There will be just the things related to spicy things like spicy woman or spicy food. Just you guys just have two things to look up to. And what you surround yourself is what you become. You want to become that? See, if we are talking here, like there comes the philosophical part. Like every one of you cannot be the philosopher, but definitely you can learn from it. Once you start learning philosophy, we guys were also not the one. We also did not learn it from our mother's womb. We came here and learned it through our prospect and our proclivity towards life. Like now, even if we are walking in the rain or just being in the heat or just having that chip, we can add philosophy to it. That's how your mind starts working then. And that will only come with suffering.
But you aren't ready to take it. You are ready to initiate the suffering in your life.
Then what's the fun of living it? If you are living very docile life, if you are see, you cannot take pleasure all the time or experience pleasure all the time. But the contentment or the happiness that will come after the suffering you take, that will last forever. You are seeking out pleasure but not happiness. Happiness will only come at a cost of suffering. These are two factors which cannot be glossed over. So you have to be righteous enough to differentiate between these two.
Yeah. and even the younger generation of ours is the depression levels or the numbers that show the population that is depressed is quite high. And somewhere I feel that is because we are not taking enough pain that we used to do earlier. Everybody is getting cheap dopamine through the phone, and they're just lying in the bed, even at night or even in the morning, they're just lying in the bed and just watching the reels and sleeping and doing the same thing again and again. And as you will do search how a psychiatrist cure a depressed male, or basically how do they get a male out of depression is they give him purpose, they give him something to pursue, and as the person start pursuing it, the pain of it, the pain they suffer along the process, and when they achieve the goal is something that cure them of depression.
Yeah.
And that is true for every male out there. You are wired that way, you were made that way, because in the past times we used to do hunting, gathering, even kill the competition to maintain our area or to maintain the territory. Yeah, and even to head the tribes, you have to cull every other contender or every other prospect that could take your place. And those were some activities that required a lot of suffering and a pain. There was a risk of you dying, but still, anyway, you had to do it, and they did it actually. And those guys were so content with their life. The level of dopamine that they were getting, even if it was minimal as compared to today's, but it was more worthwhile and more. It was like more of something to be looked up to. Even Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan, yeah. The guy was such a dominant personality.
He used to massacre people wherever he used to go.
Even if he has such a personality, even if I looked like at him like this, he would just kill. Just because he gave me a glare. Everybody has to look down when in his presence. He was having such a dominant personality. Plus, he wasn't afraid to kill anybody. He was just like a death machine. You say, and you will get killed. Your throat will be slit. It was just like that. And he was so dominant that the time he came to power, initially he was just having a small tribe. He went to the king of the Qin, the China, as we know. The king of the Qin accumulated whole China and thought that Genghis Khan have nothing in comparison to him. Genghis Khan, being a gentle person in the beginning, offered him some offering that he could, like gold and carriages. The king rejected. Second time he sent his messengers. The king stated their thoughts, and Genghis Khan thought it is a misunderstanding. He again sent his messengers. At that time, the king did, he shaved two of the messengers' head. That was considered disrespecting Genghis Khan tribe, and he slitted one guy's throat. After that, Genghis Khan switch flipped. He took on Valeria mode. He conquered every other area around China, and in the end, he killed the king. Through that pain and suffering, Genghis Khan became so dominant in his personality that no one was able to look up into his eyes.
Apex predator.
Yeah, and those people who were able to live by his side have to provide something valuable. Should have. Even Genghis Khan was so whimsical. Even killed a valuable asset at that point of time when he came to power. But those who were remaining in around beside him, and those who were his retainers, will always have to bring something to the table. Otherwise, they're just slit throat. Easy peasy done. That was also a pain in that era.
And that pain and suffering brought growth to whole of the kingdom which he was ruling.
Yeah, and the guy I was talking, the king of the China, he unintentionally brought pain to the wrong person, and the person was taking it. All right, this is a misunderstanding, or he will understand. But when he switch flipped, the time he disrespected his tribe, Genghis Khan was like fully dwelt that he has to conquer him now. That pain, that suffering of his men, he felt that pain and suffering. He thrived through it. He could everything in his power. He developed the various strategy with his army. He would take a small pack of army and attack the bigger armies and even come triumph. He was just amazing. I just read about him I become such a fan of him. Like, this dude just killed a fucking emperor of China. And that guy wasn't a dumb person. He took effort and pain to rule the China with every pathway possible, even through, let's say, he deceived some, he played other games, he even won some more brutally. But that guy was conquered by Genghis Khan.
There comes the value of suffering.
And
Even the Alexander the Great suffered a lot in his childhood. He was betrayed, and even he was being found guilty of his father's death. And then he left his kingdoms. And then he went out and built his own. And then he conquered the world. Even in that, it is written that even he, if he would have, he had got so much proclivity and so much obsession with conquering that even if he would have joined Greece and Britain, the British Empire, there comes the ocean in it. Even if he would have joined those, he would have not stopped. And that obsession would have killed him. That suffering brought to him. That's what the value of suffering is and was in the life of our ancestors. So imagine if you take suffering, what you can be. Where you can see yourself, or where you can, or the people can look up to you.
Yeah. And no one is even killing you. You just have to take, compared to them, you are just taking minor suffering. Working out isn't a big thing, reading isn't a big thing, sitting for 10 minutes for meditation isn't a big thing. But we are just so accustomed to the comfort, we are fearing that pain, the pain of development and self-growth. We are even fearing it. That shouldn't be the case. And the mental suffering is also attached to it. We suffer mentally so much before acting upon something. As Stoics say, don't suffer in your imagination, then you will actually suffer while doing the task.
Don't suffer prior to the suffering which belongs in future, because when the time it will come, you will suffer more as you was supposed to suffer.
That is self-created suffering, and that is nothing productive. That is demotivating you to pursue something in your life. And mental suffering, that is one part. And other mental suffering is when you are dissatisfied with your life and what you are conducting throughout your day. As I mentioned earlier, people use their phone and they are so dissatisfied. There's gonna be dissatisfaction, there's gonna be mental pain. The difference is either it can be the pain of the growth or either it can be the pain of your demise. Pain is gonna be there.
But you get to choose. That's what being human is. In case of animals, they don't have the choice, but you have the choice. So why you are not choosing? Why you are not courageous enough to choose it?
And that is the beauty of life, choosing the pain you want to have. And I say we should better take the uplifting handle.
Yeah. As
And
taking
after
the
choosing the pain, do not brag about it. And like, I am going through this, I am going through it. And usually, if there was
especially
some-
in case of men, it is especially in case of
yeah,
men.
if there was some other guys eating this chip, they'll post a story at that specific time, eating the Jolochip, going to die, वगैरह.
I send a snap.
Snap is
That
a
doesn't
different
matter.
thing.
Yeah, story.
Snap
But
is-
they will live stream it, you mean to say.
Yeah,
they will tell
live
I'm
stream
suffering.
it. They live stream it. They'll
Bring milk. Here is milk, but we haven't even
Controlling
took a sip of
pain or suffering. Instead of bragging about pain, we are going through this, or we are just control. You never know what's in others' pocket. You never know what he is carrying with. If he is controlling his pain or something, he has that patience. He knows where to spit it out and where to just control and let it be.
Even I would love to add in it, like, if you are just taking a bit pain and you're just bragging about it in front of your woman or in front of your pack or your individuals, your woman will get dry. No one will look up to you. No one will see up to you. So take that pain, have that credibility, because when you will take pain, people will look up to you. You will be the leader. You will not be the people. You will not be the individual. People will just run away from, because they know when their tough time comes, they can rely on you. And when they rely on you, even you will get a stronger pack, on which you can rely on, because once you are stronger, you will not surround yourself with the weak-minded individuals. You will not get that sheer energy from the individuals you surround yourself with. Instead, you will start influencing the people. I have observed this as now my aspect or my aura is so influential. I am around people and they are getting influenced. They are now looking up to me that like I go to an analyst center and there are some of the students I spend my time with, and they are like, yesterday you were absent and we did not got that vibe. We did not got that sheer amount of positivity or energy which you give us when you just shake your hand with us. That's what character development, and that's what getting your aura right is, by taking suffering. Because like now I was just continuously speaking that quote that see, like, it is not a memory. I am not blessed with the great memory where I have just put in the work. I have taken the suffering to remember it. Like whenever the time comes, I can speak it with the flow. The other person or like Mr. Shubham was not being able to complete it. I just took the leap. I just completed it. How it took some suffering, right? It took that late night remembering and understanding and embodying it into my brain, like it has to stay right there. And even I had a dream last night that that Peterson is at my institute, John B. Peterson, and I am reading his book, and I just went to him and said, "Sir, is there something in it like from which I can be a great storyteller and a great speaker?" He was like, "When you will read it more, then you will just get bored, so leave it." He was saying for his own book in my dream, like, "Don't read it, it will be boring for you." And see, the thoughts were so clear. What I replied him, I have to read it. The things which are needed to be done are to be done. And he smiled, and what he replied in my dream. Again and again I am saying in my dream. And what he said, "Then you will find your way." And that contentment came in when I wake up. Like, even if the great mentors are not there for you, if you have that audacity, you will find your way. You will go out and conquer it. Because you are ready to take that suffering. There, deep down again comes the point of suffering. Because speaking in front of camera, even I was having that camera complexion prior to it. Even we were having it. Everyone had it. But you have to face it. If you will not, the others will. The other will be the conquerors, and people will look up to them. They will be the great lobster. And they will have that privileges of being a successful lobster, and definitely it is worth being successful if you are a man or a lobster.
And there is a pain in accepting yourself. Like, you are this kind of guy who like to put out content. Rather we gonna just have the pain that we wanted to do this, but we can't because of we are not courageous enough. Or rather
People will talk about
we will
it.
just post and see what will happen. And there was a pain. And the first time I collaborated with you on my Instagram profile, I was so damn nervous. But nervous there, he said, "Paji, karna to padega." Although he did accepted it, but there was some courage in it. "Theek hai, kar de." After that one, I never looked back. He just sent me the collaboration, I accepted. And even the people who see my videos, they are like, "Itna confidence kahan se aata hai? How can you like talk with this flow? How can you just watch this camera like this and just speak fluently, or with the whatever you are putting out is with so much confidence and motivation?"
By taking cell phone suffering.
Yeah. There was a suffering. I wanted to do this from a long time, but wasn't courageous enough, or wasn't prepared, or wasn't getting the opportunity. But like-minded people, as Nav said, surrounded with like-minded people, he came out with an initiative. We all joined him. We all getting our dreams fulfilled.
Getting our things in order, what we want to do. And that's what chaos and order is, yin yang. That symbol of yin and yang. There are two serpents, one is white serpent and one is black serpent. And there is a dot of black which represents chaos in order. White is order. And there is a white dot in the eye of black serpent, which represents in the chaos there is a way to order. But to understand that yin and yang and circle of life, the bitter truth is you will only be able to understand it with the suffering. Even some of the people don't know what are yin and yang symbol
signifies.
means, what it represents,
Yeah.
what order and what
They take it
meaning,
as a tattoo
what
or a sticker.
what meaning it can bring to
Yeah.
it. If you get embodied it on your forearm, it should be like continuously reflecting that there is chaos, there is order. If I am now at chaos, there will be order. So I have to look up to it. If currently I am in order in itself there will be a need of perfection, which is very minimal, but there it is. There is a bit chaos in it. Even the better can be best and best can be better. So there is a loop, yin and yang, better best, better best, best better.
Darkness complement light.
Light.
Light complements darkness.
You will never be able to cherish the bright sun if you have never seen the dark nights. You will never be able to spot the pole star if the clouds or if the sky is not dark. Sorry, clouds.
And there will be no development if you don't die and take rebirth. It is as simple as that. The white represents the rebirth and the black represents the death.
Death, yeah.
If you don't suffer and if you don't survive the suffer, you will be like the doomed person, or you will be like the what we say, dominant,
Self-aggrandizing.
no, suppressed one. You will be like oh my
Recessive.
God. Recessive one, we can say that. Surviving through suffering or pain make you a dominant one. You
Yeah.
will be in a much more confident than before. You will be like, I can face it and this other shit.
And for the mental pain, there is a concept in Stoicism, memento mori.
Yeah.
I don't keep the coin with me, or I don't have the
I
coin,
want to know.
but throughout my day, there is always an instance where I will remember that memento mori. Memento mori basically means you may die at any time in this throughout this day, and even the next day is not a guarantee to you. But that will help you to reflect on your actions and how you have conducted the day, whatever actions you did throughout the day. And it is to summarize that was it worth it? What you have done? Were you true to your duties and what you were put out on this earth to do? Did you do that? And it's just a gentle reminder. But initially, it just show you the darkest reality of the life, that you're gonna face death, and there is no guarantee that it's gonna come at 90 or it's gonna come at 20 or 23.
Indeed.
So the constant reminder initially will get your mood down and will initially demotivate you that what are you gonna do with your life if you can die tomorrow or you don't have the quality of the life. Most of the people don't even realize it unless they are on the deathbed, because they are living in a bliss of ignorance that they ain't gonna die. We all think we ain't gonna die, but as you become conscious of it, that
We are gonna die.
we are gonna die.
You
And
do
this
the thing.
this can be maybe the last day of my life. The day becomes more worthwhile. The days become more worth it, and you will do everything more passionately. There is, being a human, there is a hope that I will survive. I will wake up tomorrow.
But that is despair.
That constant reminder will make you see things in a different light and will make you grateful for the things. And that, but that has led me to be like, there are some moments in my day when I am even doing a serious thing or a happy thing, and I suddenly take a step back and I am like very grateful for it. This is the thing the life is. I am very grateful that I am experiencing this. Maybe I had to be somewhere else, I wouldn't have experienced it. But as of now, I am here. I can experience it. I can feel it.
I'm fortunate.
Yeah. Unfortunate to have it. The total aspect changed. But where did that come from? First it took pain. First it took pain to accept that death is a truth. It cannot be ignored like most of the people do, or some religion promise like you will not die, you will live alone. Nobody has thrown a book what happened after death from the other side. So you cannot know for sure. So whatever time you have on this earth, take the suffering. That's gonna make you thrive. That is mostly for the male part. I don't think feminine energy complements with pain. They are basically.
They are healers.
Yeah.
They are healers.
So they don't deal well with the pain. And what I have till date, what I have learned from the experiences of the female in my organization is, on their very first day, when they were faced with suffering, most of them cried on the very first day.
Yeah.
Even, oh, okay. So,
Yeah.
and I was like, that is the point. You may be very brilliant, you may be having even more IQ than a man or whatever. But the world out there, the work, when you get into some kind of work, when you get in some kind of competitiveness, masculine traits are required. But as the female indulge themselves into the work, initially they are only in touch with the feminine side. And when they are instantly faced with pain and the pain is being imposed, they will start crying because they have never seen such a thing.
Their universe start to crumble.
Yeah, because their energy is not complemented by the pain. They are the healers, and they may heal a man, but
They can't heal.
But there comes the beauty too, which I have observed, that if a feminine is surrounded by good masculinity, traditional masculinity, she knows even if I mess up, there is some people to look up to. I can vouch out to him or him. Sorry, not her. I can vouch out to him, or he is there, or he's taking that sheer pain. He knows it. I can rest in his prejudice. Then that female will be feminine energy will be complemented,
Yeah.
and then that feminine energy can be a healer to the people around.
definitely.
Because when a masculine trait is stressed, he vouches out to femininity,
Yeah.
and when the feminine is in chaos, a man
Look
will
out for masculinity.
bring that order in her life, and that appreciation or that energy which he will receive from feminine, either through her appreciation or either through the compliment or either through just having a coffee with her after that, that will bring order in order.
Yeah. And that we are
Masculinity
talking
and
about the masculine energy and feminine energy. It's not him or her. There
Yeah.
are some guys out there that are more feminine than the woman,
Huh?
and they will feel the same suffering when faced with the difficulties of this world. But as Nav said, there is a complementing energy. Feminine energy complement a masculine
Masculine.
energy, and the masculine complement the feminine. But when in the stressful situation, masculine energy will deal much better rather than the feminine.
The feminine will look up to him.
Yeah.
Like, he can do it, I can learn from him, he is here, so everything is in order. Even just the presence of masculinity, traditional masculinity, which was which is very rare in
Rare to
modern time.
find.
If that is just present, everything is good. Everything is just taken care of without even being taken care of.
Even your calmness is very infectious. There was a chaotic situation at my workplace, and the guy was panicking, and I knew the other guy.
Yeah, you
So,
shared it with me. I remember.
so I was observing that what the hell, why he's so panicking so much. We knew the other party as well. They were quite a good customer. So we were having a older bond with them. So I was quite calm about it, whatever the situation has become. But the other party was so anxious and was so into the chaos. They cannot collect their thought. And I was the one. I was like, you sit. I will deal with it. I didn't have to do shit, but I was just calm and was waiting. If my help is required, then I will put out, yeah. Then I will put in my wisdom, and whatever I can do, I will bring it into the prospect. Till then, what I just did, I just stayed calm, and I just said to the other party, have a seat beside me, and sort it out your way. And back of the mind, I was like, if this thing gets sorted, it's all right. If it's not, being the one in higher hierarchy, it is my responsibility to sort the thing out. That guy looked to me that I am calm. He started doing his work back again, and I was the one. I was also doing my work, but I was calm. The guy on my left side managed it all, and the things were sorted. But that calmness, it isn't developed in the first day. It took me 4 mess up on the stages in front of audience.
You shared it.
Yeah. It took me some screwed up interviews, and it may took me the courage to still take the leap and perform, and still take the leap and be out there to be me, what I think I should be, and to be courageous enough to do it again and again, so that I can develop that mettle to be there and be the calm one who knows what to do and can be a level-headed guy in that kind of situation.
And even I would love to add in it, like what I have observed and how much I know you. if even the work was not working out, then you were satisfied enough, like I can take the suffering to learn new thing and bring that into order.
Yeah. Definitely.
That's where calmness comes in. Like that suffering which will come from just learning a piece of technology is nothing. I can take it easily.
Yeah. And even though in this time and era we only have to click some buttons on screen, and people are just panicking. Oh, पता नहीं क्या ही हो गया.
First, they used to send ravens.
Even the message is getting delivered to the enemies. They still used to deal with it. And now we are just sending a wrong message to a wrong chick and you're just panicking all over it. Your house, oh shit, this message chalega. Nothing big deal with it. Just delete this shit or say, either be credible that I want to send it to some other person, or just be straightforward. But the guys have made it so much, like, the perspective has become so small that even a little bit of suffering comes, your day will be ruined. And that shouldn't be the case. Even the Marcus Aurelius, the greatest king that I look up to and I read about every day, he used to remind himself that I have to deal with many people and they may unconsciously offend me or do things that will be not to my liking, but they will do it unconsciously. And he used to have an audience with hundreds or thousands of people throughout the day. He wasn't demotivated by it. He used to deal everyone. He ran an empire so efficiently and so well that I'm still reading about him. And his quotes and the meditations he wrote is providing peace to my life.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. Where did that come from? He took the pain every day to write what he ransacked all the Stoics journals, meditations. Even he was, I think, in contact with Epictetus.
Yeah.
He also quoted his letters, wrote in a more simple way, just to keep a reminder to himself. That pain and suffering, he even used to wrestle just to feel the pain so that he can control the pain. Yeah. Even when you see the statue of the older Stoics, they will be muscular. They will be muscular as hell, having their hair deformed
body.
Yeah, deformed ears, because they were so much into wrestling just to feel the pain and the suffering, so they can thrive and become a better person and who is calm and who people can look up to. And even after having so much power in his hand, there wasn't a calm king like the Marcus Aurelius.
All because of suffering.
All because of suffering and the pain he was taking throughout the day.
One call to action. I think call to action will be a much more greater thing to add now. Call to action for the individuals out there. First thing, your physicality and your mental aspect both are connected. If you can adhere the physical pain, then only you can adhere the mental pain. Because if you are at your mental pain, go for a run, go and have a workout, and you will have that endorphins, happy hormones, and that will just enhance your day, as you will be at peace, like you have done something for yourself, you have taken your accountability and your existence. And second thing, what Stoics do is that first it was in my head and then it just skipped and now I am having it again in my head. Like, they always told that whenever you are in a suffering or whenever you are in a place which you seem is out of order, which you see is chaotic, stop. Just be at some distance, because if I am standing here, if I am standing at the ground floor, I am having a short horizon of things. Go to the 10th floor and go to the window of the 10th floor and then look up to the things. Then you will be able to see a broader picture of it. Why the thing is needed to be done, what can be the outcomes of it, what word there is out there to be achieved, and what value or what things can be created by your actions. And that what requires is patience, and even there is a suffering in having patience. Because when you stop for a minute, when you stop just to look to the broader aspect, people around you will to be chaotic towards you. They will say that why are you not doing it? You are docile. You are just.
You said you want to do it.
Yeah. You are not doing it like we do it, or you are not like us. You are not competing. But see what is in the long run. You know what Gary Vee, the great entrepreneur of America, what he says is, he says I was 26 and selling wine in his father's wine shop. Okay, his friends used to come in the BMWs, and he used to keep the crates of wine in their in their cars, right? So you know what his friends used to laugh at him. They used to say him, "Oh, you are working at your dad's shop." And you know what he used to say? "Motherfuckers, I will deal you in the long run." His friends are just there where they used to be because they are content with it. He was in the phase of building something, and for that it required patience and seeing the broader picture of it. And now he's a millionaire. Now his friends look up to him that can we get just 1 hour of you so that we can attain some wisdom from you. And you know what? He is so gentle, he is so kind that whatever knowledge he has, he just impart it out there. You know why? Because when you take suffering, you get out from that nice guy syndrome that world is a scarce place, that you have limited resources. The world out there is very giving. The world out there is unlimited, and unlimited resource of potential, and unlimited resource of building anything or any fragment you want to build up. And that's what will come when you will stop, take that suffering and look at the broader picture. Then only you will be able to develop yourself. And that's what you should thrive for. If you are suffering or if the things are not in order, take a pause. Take a small pause, look at the broader picture and consider the things. When you will consider the things, you will get a greater picture. If first you were seeing just 3 paths for your destination, then you will see 30 paths for it. And take the hardest path which is for your development. But that will be the easiest path after 3 to 4 steps. Because that first 3 to 4 steps will teach you a lot. That rest of the steps will be the baby steps. Because along the path you have to jump sometime, you have to run. Like if you go on a hurdle race, or if you go on a off-track races, if there is no road, or even if I would like to share my philosophy in it, when I go for a run in a park now, because I have quitted going on the roads because the Indian roads are not very safe. When I am there in the park, getting that circles done again and again, you know what I have in my mind? Like, this is much more aggrandizing as going to a road where I know that this is a 10-kilometer stretch, because that circle is painful because you pass that one or that same aspects again and again.
That lap is quite repetitive again.
Yeah, and you know what? I thrive for it. That it is much more meaningful as compared to going on a run on a road. Because on road the things are not repeated, but in life, at your workplace, with your woman, with everything, with every aspect, with your relationships, the things will be repeated. Chaos will be there, but you have to make peace in it. There comes the philosophical aspect which is developed by learning and with the wisdom. And even with it, like going on a run and considering that same lap, there was a guy who came in park and just outlapped me.
Last time.
Yeah, last time. He just outlapped me. And you know what I was saying? I was running from last 25 to 30 minutes. And I was at constant pace. He just came in and he just started running. And when he outcast me, I was like, I will see you in the long run. At that time, I had that broader aspect. I will see you in the long run. He just had his 3 rounds complete and he was sitting. And I passed him 2 times. And looked him straight in his eyes. There was no intentions of harming, or there was no intentions of, but it was self-owned suffering of mind that see who wins in the long run. And for the long run, you have to wait. You have to be patient, and patience is what is lacking, and patience in itself is suffering. Because the order you want to bring will not manifest in just a year or just 2 years, 3 years. Like even if we talk about like you are now working, right? For this job, it took so many years of hard work, and people are expecting that same in just 6 months. You know what it takes to
even
achieve
more
it.
qualified people are just getting selected on the lower post, and I am quite surprised. Okay, that this guy took a better university than me or took a better field than me, but still he is here.
He is not able, but he was not able to take suffering.
Yeah, the patience that I've talked about is the greatest suffering that one can have. You may be, it's just like you have practiced a lot. Let's say you practice Now let's come to an example. You are preparing for a cricket team. You have prepared throughout your life, like 20 years, let's say, at that average player does. Now you went to a match, and your number was like 6th or 4th.
Yeah.
But the guy who was opener isn't getting out. What will you do? The wait for that moment to be out there and outperform every other guy in your team will bring much more suffering than your training that you did throughout the year, because there is a possibility that you will go out there and outperform everybody, and there is a possibility the world will not see your talent.
And
Because
even there is a possibility you can get out on your first
ball. Yeah. You may do 100 things right, but there is one thing that can go wrong. That is in your hand, and same is with the life. You may be prepared for a lot of things. It's not like I haven't made mistakes. I have made a lot of mistakes. But what they have taught me, I was quite calm in every situation. Because there is a mental aspect of my neurons fire in that way. They always say, I get a voice in my head, hum hai na, we are brimming, so there is no need to be feared. We can fix everything. If it's not gonna work out, we will do something else. So there is nothing to be feared about. So my senses instantly get calm. There is different level of calm in this such kind of chaotic situations. I've been through a lot of mess ups, and there is only one voice in my head. I have myself. Even if this don't work out, I can still do a lot of things, and my senses will just feel the calm, and so does the other people along with it. Mr. Abhinav, you haven't talked for a while. And this is also pain, staying quiet and listening to other people.
Yeah, indeed it is.
That's just said in all these things in the starting. You have some control. If you are going through a pain or something, you have to control things. To rule yourself, to rule the kingdom, you have to rule yourself first. Same, all have that covered in this little quote.
Yeah, even
Very
your-
deep insight from Mr. Abhinav. Only if you can understand it. Those who are on the path of thriving.
Patience and control is everything. It is not about going through pain or trials. Thriving through it, it's like control. How you control it, how patient you are, how you manage things. In this, when you are in such a big chaos or something, there are some times when there is a chaos. No one can handle it, but it's on you. Your self-control is on you. You can be two types. You can be of two types. One is like, oh my God, what's happening with my life? Second is like, let's see.
by just being present there. If even the high tides are hitting you in the chest, but you have so much firm feet that deep down digged into the sand of the beach.
Being patient and being silent is the biggest weapon in these situations, basically, in this chaos. People can be like, I can use my guard or something. Being patient is more than enough. You can see all the things coming. If you are patient, you can see all the things coming. Okay, this is coming from this way. I can dodge like this. Or if you are not impatient guy, you'll be like, where should I run? Where should I go? Where should I hide myself? That's not the thing. You should be patient enough. You should be calm enough to handle things. Most of the time I listen this. How are you so calm? How are you so silent in tough situations? I'm like this. I know what to do, where to do.
Just observing.
My thing is observing.
Seeing the greater picture.
And I would like to add one more thing. We have talked about the pain that is like self-inflicted or is being done in the process of being a better person or to develop some kind of self-growth aspect or to develop our mind. But we haven't talked about one kind of pain, that is the pain of loss that you haven't expected, the pain of losing someone in your life, and that always hit us like truck. There is no control over it. You don't have any control over it. It will hit your life in most unexpected moments, and that is what is like uncalled suffering or it's like the suffering. It cannot be predicted or it cannot be
Accepted too.
Yeah, it's very hard.
But the people who accept it are never again afraid of loss.
Yeah.
There are two cases in this part too. Either you can be the depressed one, why she left me, oh my god.
Yeah,
But
I was coming over to it.
They'll be like Kabir Singh. हिंदी फिल्म की बात करें, एक होगा Kabir Singh, एक होगा Mithun. He'll be like, I'll do whatever the thing is possible. I'll be the better version of myself, but I'll show her what I was truly capable of. And second one will like, I'll drink alcohol, I'll ruin myself, I'll ruin my life, I'll ruin my body parts, liver, everything. And
Not only men, even the females out there are like
I am talking about
humans.
human
nature.
I'm not talking about females or males.
That is detrimental.
I know some girls, they are like after breakup, they took blade,
Designed
designed their arm,
Tattooed
tattooed. And there are some girls who worked out so hard and now they are at a very better place. They know their priorities.
Now they deserve better.
They know their priorities. They have set their standards so high that normal men can't.
Will
They
not.
just need a high value man. And
Definitely.
there are some girls after this heartbreaks and they were like, तू ही आ जा सर,
They will get in there.
And even there will be like, I will never open in love, or now world is scarce. The world is not out there. I will not get a better thing. Even men out there are like,
after all this stuff, they'll blame another guy. That guy ruined me.
yeah,
You were the only reason that you would draw yourself.
you let him ruin you. You never imposed boundaries over there.
It's not about girl or boy. You as a person, if you are blaming some other guy or some other girl over your destruction, you are the only reason.
Today's
for it.
incident I would love to add.
You are the only
I
reason.
went to-
एक moment. करते ना आते पूरी When I don't speak, you like Kapil, you are so silent.
Sorry, please
Be
continue.
patient.
So you are the only reason for your destruction. You know, like it's not like you can blame someone after destroying yourself so hard and blaming the world, like the world was very cruel to me or something. You have some option. You have the option to improve yourself or destroy yourself. It's always two parts. As every book says, Jordan B. Peterson or Stoics or The Way of Superior, every book says this, you have two parts. Either choose easy one or choose tough one. Easy one is destroy yourself, tough one is improve yourself and be the better version. It's on you.
Suffering is pain is going to be there. It's a try.
Either way, suffering is there.
Suffering, pain, control, patience, many things.
Can I add?
Yeah, I'm sure.
There comes the pain of loss, the death of your loved one, and I think that what most of the individuals do not accept. And if they accept it, they will be much more powerful, just like 48 tools of power. Is it there a planet?
No. That was just from me.
Haven't you?
No.
Until now, you have not read it. But I think that can be added to it.
That is something like Stoicism. It maybe is there. I don't know, but
in above
Yeah.
pages, like
You
first of
will
all,
get it in 12 minutes of time.
yeah.
Wait for it.
Yeah.
You are just reached rule number 1,
Yeah.
18 or 19 page.
Yeah, you know
It's-
the pages too, man.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking memory, bro.
It's
There is a-
yeah.
There
There
is
is
a-
got many things.
There is a pain, and there will be chaos when you will lose your loved ones. Okay, and that loss I am talking about the death of your family member. And when it comes, just accept it and take it, and whatever it is, just accept it, and then see what is in your head. You have to bring honor to them. You have to be the individual.
be a
who-
better person or a better variant of yourself or their.
so that from heaven they can look up to you and be
Yeah.
proud of you.
And whenever you look up, they will be proud of you.
And even you will carry their name with yourself, even if it is your parents or someone else, or your uncle, aunt, you will carry their name. You have to bring the honor to their name, and the only honor which comes or which is manifested is by taking the suffering, because honor is one thing which is earned, and respect to it is, and for earning that thing you have to pay the price. And recently, as we talked, the price in itself is suffering. And the second aspect, that girl left me or something else.
Or maybe your parents didn't love you when you were young, or maybe
There
your
are
friends
many
weren't with
aspects.
you. You got all the fake friends,
You can
and
describe every
Yeah,
aspect.
every
There are
aspect,
many
yeah.
aspects.
And today's aspect, like I was going to talk about, I just met my friend and he just made his girlfriend, and he is having a good time, but he do not respect some of the creeds. Not respect, it is not in his boundaries or the things which are unacceptable to him. He is not courageous enough to set out the boundaries, and he is in self-aggrandizing pain, and he is suffering from it. He is in the constant suffering, like, what can I do? What can I do? I cannot even speak and I cannot even leave. Either way you have to choose. Either you can leave or set the boundaries. Set the boundaries.
I'll add a point here.
If the other person does not adhere to your creeds and you are suffering, that is also unnecessary suffering. There are more things to suffer for. There are more things to look up to, and even take the better suffering, because you are taking suffering in that pity thing. Like, she is not adhering or she is not respecting your creeds. Okay, then leave her, man. World is a abundant place. There will be much more better options.
Yeah.
There will be a genuine woman out there who will respect your creeds and be there for you and be monogamous, be monogamous to you. She will not be polygamous. Yeah, right. And look up to that. And even if you are with the mentality of scarcity, even if you don't get it, you have yourself. You have your built up empire. You have something to look up to.
Instead of taking the pain of a detrimental relationship, we take the pain of being single and work on yourself.
Yeah.
Channel that energy to yourself and be a better person, and even raise the bar higher than the last time.
And for men, especially,
Yeah.
manifesting relationship means men in general have to face a lot of atrocities of life. They have to take care of everything. They have to maintain the order, and their women should be like peace for them. When they return back home, they know world out there is malevolent, but I have my peace at home. Even her woman will be chaotic, but he will be capable enough to bring her into order, and she will be respectful and genuine enough to complement that masculinity, and the relationship should be building. It should build you. It should not deteriorate you.
The pain we take, or the pain the age brings, is the pain that you have for you are getting attracted to the sex, and you find people nowadays haphazardly just marry anybody they find. They don't take the pain of finding setting out standard, developing themselves, and finding some specific quality in their partner that would help them in the long run. Instead, they just haphazardly get married, and they take that suffering and expand it through a span of 60 years.
Yeah.
And they're just suffering throughout the 60 years there with their partner. And there comes the pain of cheating, and there comes the pain of not raising a happy family. Your wife will be going out there, you will be going somewhere else. Instead, those who take pain in the initial steps and set out a standard higher than their peers and work on themselves and find a woman, take the time and have patience to filter out what they need and be loyal to it, are having a more genuine and a more worthwhile relationship. Even if it's for the shorter period, let's say you find there are some older millionaires who find women in their 70s, 60s.
Yeah.
But when they find a meaningful relationship, they are much happier as compared to the people who found their partner at the earlier age and were suffering throughout the 60 or 70 year of span.
And don't set this paradigm that you have to get married by 28 or 30. Find the best option, man. Find the complementing energy which will not just bring chaos, but it will be 70 to 80% order, because when your two forces will combine, you don't know what you can manifest, because all the riches in the world will be narrow in front of that.
And if you only married, just keeping in the mind that you will get laid, you will be laying on the roads.
Yeah.
And in short, if you think that leaving someone will hurt you or something, there is a simple quote: if a person does not create any value in your life, leave it. If it hurts, leave it. You should not add him or her in your life just because he's showing his presence and no one is present after him. There's a simple shot. If you see that he's not creating any value or she's not creating any value, just leave it.
It is just like
Why to suffer? Why to suffer if he or she is not creating any value, but giving you all the issues or problems? Just doing your life.
There's no worth it.
There is no worth it.
And even
just
one
leave
thing,
it.
and even one thing, like if you have worked enough on yourself, And if you have been on the path of self-development, you will be developed in a magnificent way. Like you will be influencing the woman you meet.
Yeah.
She will look up to you and grow. And when she will grow, she will complement your energy.
And if you are so self-developed, like you can filter out things. You can filter out the person. Like you can pre-analyze the thing. Yeah, she is not worth
My type,
enough.
yeah.
Yeah, she is not my type. She will not create any worth. She will degrade me or something. I am not defaming anyone, but that's the truth. If you can easily observe the people, like we are like-minded people. If we have a guy or we have our friend which is not like-minded, he can't sit there for 1.5 hours, or he can't sit there in a pod or just.
He cannot even relate with our thoughts or
Yeah.
what we are having here.
So it's a simple thought. Leave the person if he is not worth it, if he is not creating any value in your life.
And even
I don't
left
think we are
many of
doing the
them.
pod with our childhood friends, are we?
No.
No.
And even one thing, like if even our thoughts does not resonate, sometimes you have seen that some of the thoughts does not resonate, but we are open enough to understand the other thought. Like in the previous thing, like Shubham talked about, like there is chaos and pain in understanding the other person's perspective. And there is also a rule in the Jordan B. Peterson's book, like have patience and listen to the other, and always consider that other individual have something valuable that can be efficient and act as a medicine in your life. And even he has something by which you can be more powerful in your life. Thrive for power, thrive for suffering, thrive for every aspect of
He
life.
has a full rule in it.
Yeah.
16 to 18 pages rule.
Yeah.
That's
Just mind-boggling.
And it is really hard to just shut up and listen to someone.
yeah.
Even the Stoics say that's the reason.
I can relate it.
That is really very hard. Sometimes I just so eager to speak, but I have to constantly remind myself that that guy isn't a dumb person. He maybe he has more
If
knowledge
he's
than
speaking-
Even the
If
same
he's
is applied
speaking-
here.
Yeah.
We
he's
three are
speaking-
so eager to speak.
if he's speaking, you know that if he's speaking, he knows something, and you know that you have to listen. क्या पता कुछ ज़्यादा बोल दे. And one more thing, like we were talking about, if the person is not worthy, you can leave it. There are some cases of childhood friends, 18, 19 years of friendship, they're like, I can't leave him. I've invested in him so much. I can't leave him or her. Just leave it. It's not about time. It's about your worth, your values, your mindset.
The greater picture you want to
Yeah.
see.
If you want to be on that same pace forever, continue it. If you want to rise, like I just went from a client visit, he mentioned me, there is a hockey stick loop. If you want to be in that loop only, that
To and fro.
stay in that. If you want that,
Jacob.
so leave it and go for a higher picture. Go with the higher flow.
And one thing that once you start taking responsibility and suffering, see the energies that you impart out will change. And once that you are imparting this energies into the universe, you will manifest opportunities by your own.
Even the people's approach to you changes. And in the starting of the pod, we talked about we should not brag about the pain that we are getting throughout our day. There will be chances and there will be situations where people who are just bragging will run, and then is your time to shine. Then is the time, if you have taken the pain earlier in your stage of self-development, of patience, of being a present person, keeping shut your mouth. In that moment, it all will be worth it. You will be like that player who is just working for 20 years, and that is the
Got this
moment to
chance.
shine.
Yeah.
And being observant, like I usually observe people, being a very patient guy. Once you are in this stage, you will see, you can broadly see that spectrum, like one is coming and one is going, and it will not affect your life that the person is coming in your life and person is going in your life. You will let everyone enter. You can easily filter it out, like he is not worth it. Fuck it.
You can judge the personality and even
very. If you are the patient and observant one, you can do this very easily. If you are the impatient one, you will be like, oh yeah, I got someone.
And
That's another
even
thing.
there is the confidence that you are the prize.
There used to be time that I don't know about them. I used to think the girls are the prize.
But now
But-
we are.
Yeah.
Now
The
things have turned,
perspective has
man.
changed.
Even if we lose a girl today or some of the relationships today, we know we are the prize. We are not at loss.
Yeah.
I am the not one at
Does
loss.
not affect our life
Because
if we lose someone today.
Yeah.
You give me heartbreaks and I will work more on myself.
Let's just
because-
so we will channel that energy into something
Yeah.
more productive.
Even when see like you can see after having that Jolochip, okay, now we are speaking with much more energy. Give us heartbreak. I will read this whole book.
We will dominate the fucking world.
That
That is really something.
The way you do one thing is way you do the rest of it. You have channelized that chilies into phenomenal pod. So what can you do of it? Every time that pain will thrive in, do push-ups, read,
Yeah.
go out, build, meet people, build something, buy that something. I'm not saying that it is important. Regardless of it, I will not do it. I want that heartbreak. If there will be good women, I will even perform better.
Yeah.
But either way, I will take it for my growth.
Every heartbreak is a lesson. You just check the ticks what you don't want in a woman and what you want in a man.
Yeah.
It is as simple as that. Every time
Once you taste the pain and suffering, there is no coming back. You will be like.
And if your woman is adaptive enough and open to your thought process, and even if she is willing to grow, you both will grow together, and there will be.
and even a shallow woman will not be able to approach you. They will even fear your potential and will just stand in the crowd and will look, admire you, will talk to you, but will not approach you. Even if you somehow try to approach them, they will be so scared of your potential. They will
That
not be
she
able to
will
take it.
Make up to you,
Yeah.
like she will feel that.
They will just feel innately that I cannot take this guy. This guy gonna eat me up.
So monster.
Yeah, I have to maintain my distance. There is some kind of animosity in your aura that will deflect the hose.
Yeah.
Those who can't take it. And only the refined women, only the one who are working on themselves or on your level will be able to approach you, and you will also be able to connect with them equally. Rather than just connecting with anybody, with the dumber girls or with the one who don't have any values, who can go out and party with anybody who can stay out with you.
For the
Late
2
nights,
days with her friends or
that
with
isn't worth
the men
it.
around. See, for the women out there, if you are staying out with the men or with your friend who is not, with whom you are not having any intimacy or with whom you are not having that emotional bond, you are staying out 2 days with him. And when the time comes when you are staying out 2 days with your intimate partner or with the individual you look up to spend your whole life with, then there is no difference between those two guys. But just the only difference is that you are not getting intimate with them.
And that isn't the truth in the long run.
Yeah.
We all can talk about facts. If just he don't see me that way or he don't want that from me.
Men are like snakes, bro.
When he will start taking hormones, when he will start taking female hormones, then you can tell me that.
Yeah.
Till that time, he is into you. He will try every chance he gets on you.
Once you get drunk, he will take his
Yeah. There are a lot of low quality person out there that do this shit regularly on the basis, and girls are in the shambles in the next morning. That what have they done? They are not even in the senses what they have been through the night.
And the girls out there, you creatures are the one who acts upon your feeling. So don't surround yourself with the snakes who will take advantage of your feelings, because when you get high, you are chaos, man.
Definitely.
Because most of the hookup culture, like we talked about, hookup culture is totally based upon the alcohol. Alcohol is the one thing which is promoting it, because you are not capable enough, your mind is not developed enough. Even after the consumption of the drug, your mind is in your order. You are the one in charge. Then alcohol is the in charge.
And in the name of freedom, if you are degrading yourself, that is a very
Chaotic.
shameful thing to do. I would say.
Yeah. You are just bringing shame to your individuals and the people who have raised you and the people who have loved you.
This isn't
since
even
your-
right for your character and your personal health, mental health. A lot of people will be hollowed by these kind of experiences. Men are seeking out a lot of girls. They are, because in the older time or in the ancient time, men had to put as many seeds out there because the chances of survival were very low. But the traits were carried forward, but the world has changed. And for the women who stay monogamous to their partner,
Respect.
that is also a pain. That isn't an easy thing to do, but that is also pain, and only a few can take. And that is the quality woman you should look out for.
Yeah. And that's what high character and that's what taking suffering is. Because one way or another, even if you are in a relationship, you will see someone hot or someone like, you will just look up to them.
Like
you will
if
get
Brad
that-
Pitt will come in front of you, you will obviously feel attracted to him.
Yeah.
It is as simple as that.
But
There-
staying with your man and man staying with his woman is the choice, which
Yeah.
is made by both of the individuals at their subconscious level, because they will never share their choices. What deep down they want. But one way or another, you have to be true to yourself, and there comes the pain of being true to yourself.
Even
You cannot just sleep with him for one day and just say, I just slept with him for a day.
I wasn't into it.
I wasn't into it, I was just feeling very low. Just like the, Smith? Who is that?
Will Smith.
Will Smith's wife. I was feeling low, so I just fucked him. Tie her to the bed and set the house on fire. Be that Eminem. Be that formidable and indomitable one. Go to the jail. Escape the country. Never return. Have your credibility. Have
Set out straight rules.
kill, man, kill. Be that conqueror. Set out rules.
And this brings the part where now mentioned the creeds. There is a responsibility of the other person in your life. I am not saying only female, even a male, any person, other person in your life. They should they should stick to your creeds, and the other one should stick to your creeds. There should be mutual respect in that, and that doesn't come without pain, I'll say, because once you have faced the suffering and the pain, after that comes the phase when you really realize the worth of something.
Yeah.
If you are only just getting and not losing something in your life, you are very greatly losing at life.
Yeah.
It is until unless you were at loss or really did lose something important to your life, you will know the worth of it. Until then, you are just losing at life.
To win, loss is important. As even in the Jordan Peterson's book, he has written that great athletes are not one who has always won. They are the individuals who have lost all their lives, but the time came they won because they developed the character. And
Because they achieved the failure.
yeah, because they outcast their failures.
Even bodybuilders strive for failures.
Yeah. Because failure, success can just teach you one thing, but the failure teaches you 100. If you are conscious enough to look at the broader picture, then you have to take pause and look at the broader aspect.
Even in the higher hierarchy, men first failed very badly. They knew the pain of failing and the suffering and being on the bottom of the hierarchy. And after that, they knew the worth of being there. That became their fuel and drive them. That pain drive them to be at the top and command other people and the whole hierarchy below them. It is not some people are born into a rich family or are a child of a prince or something, but take that wealth from them and there's nothing left. No character, nothing. They will be in the rich category until they are being supplied with the funds or until
With the wisdom.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or their funds are last till their fund last, and after that there is chaos. There is just what we say
Downward spiral.
downward spiral. There is poverty in their life, and they will face the difficulties that their earlier generations haven't. And maybe after some generations, one of their guy will again rise up and make that empire again,
Empire again.
and the circle goes on. It is also loop like yin and yang.
Yeah. Even there was a research study that whatsoever amount of wealth you can create, it will only last for 3 generations. This present generation who has created, the next who inherited it, but for which it was a legacy, it was a privilege. And that privilege never gave him that suffering which was necessary to take responsibility of this empire. It will just vanish and be vanquished and scavenged by the world or the forces of the universe, because universe only provide the people who are deserving. And even if I do not get anything, like in life, in my daily philosophical living, if I don't get that thing, I just make myself confident. I don't deserve it yet. I have to work more on myself. And that is the problem with the individuals who are on the self-development
phase
phase
and
and
that
on
part
the
of
journey.
life, you know.
And I think this aspect should be your lifelong journey because there will be no stoppage.
And you can even look up to your peers. There will be some guy who is inheriting a lot of crap load of money from their parents or grandparents. But until unless they have suffered or until unless they have taken the pain of being more wisdomful or being educating themselves of the business or how things work out in this world or how the world really works, they will face failure. Maybe not now, maybe in the future, maybe the next generation, because they don't know the vultures out there that are just ready to grab money from you and are ready to. It only takes one bad apple to ruin the crate,
Yeah.
and that same goes with the wealth that is inherited by people.
There is also an example, there's an example given by a very famous actor, or I guess author. He said, like, my great grandfather used to drive a cycle, my grandfather bought a car, and recently I drive a Ferrari. My kid will drive a Rolls Royce, but his kid will come back to a lower car, and his great grandkid or my great grandkid will come back to a cycle. Like, this is the
Yin and yang.
this is the loop, this is the yin and yang, this is the order and chaos.
Yeah.
It's on you how you order your life, and it's on you how you order your chaos. It's not like order will come by its own, or chaos will come by its own.
It's just
on
like
you.
people
The
believe that.
reason for chaos will be you, and the reason for order will be you. All the reasons behind all these two things is you. You can handle everything, or either you can destroy things, either you can make things better.
It's just like hoping that the right person will enter your life at the right time. At the
To
right
fix
time.
everything.
And that will fix everything. No. If that person is fixing, he has worked enough on himself. That's why he had
But
worked.
that rarely happens in the life of marriage.
That's what life is. You cannot
People
predict,
say-
or you cannot you will never get it. You have to manifest it. You have to put in energy. You have to put in the work which is required. You have to put in the wisdom. You have to understand. You have to speak less, listen more.
For a chick, maybe there will be a prince on her white horse. But for a guy, there ain't gonna be anybody.
Yeah.
People say, my time will come. You have to bring your time.
Every day is your time.
There is no time.
Every day is
have
your
to,
time.
You have to bring your life. You have to bring your time. You are on a track. to
Even
be
that
a-
comes to that coin which was
Memento mori.
Memento mori. Like that time I was having that in my head, but I would love to add now. Like now we have started creating content, right? Now I have just one contentment in myself that if I'm having some wisdom, I'm putting it out. Even if I don't last the other day, my content is out. I have put in some energy.
But definitely that
That gives a real kick. And even some of my friends, my beloved friends, don't appreciate that. I said okay.
That is kind of
There are many
reassuring. When you
people-
put out content, that is kind of reassuring. Staying consistent and putting out content is also a pain. I know because it's been 150 days, I think. I've been putting out content every day, every single day. Even sometimes I'm sleeping, I just got up and I'm just writing content because I have to post it. I have made a promise with myself, I will stay consistent. That pain will give you another level of happiness, confidence. Even the people who are not even liking your post will admire you. Your courage of just coming out and being yourself. They will admire you. They will say, "मुझे भी ये करना," but they will never have the courage throughout their life to do the same shit that you are doing. And I think that pain is very much worth it. To be here, to be able to talk, and to be expressing ourselves and our views without any filter.
Yeah.
At least we are doing something.
Yeah.
They are just scrolling. Oh my God, he is doing something.
They're just out there.
They are just bragging, or they are just abusing us because we are doing something. They can't.
And even
Like
you will,
in my photography phase, I recently just got touched by 104K reaches
Yeah.
in 2 months, I guess.
Mm.
So I posted a story. Some of my friends are like, "ये तो भाई normal होता रहता है."
Okay,
एक आधी-
why you are not doing it? Why you are not doing it? Do it, man. Then you will come to know.
And those guys are just open their post and they're like, oh, 10, 15, 20. Oh, that's
And
so
but
nothing.
at the same thing,
Some of when I reshare some of our pods or when we have something, I share some of the guys comment. I get a vele come for it.
Yeah, welcome.
I get a vele come for it. Well, their free time, do something good in your free time. Do it.
What are you doing? Just
Come in
ask me.
front of cameras,
And
speak
speak
for
for
1.5 hours or 2 hours, speak on a specific topic without preparing, without having an idea like we are going to speak on this topic. Get the topic on the spot, speak it from 1.5 or 2 hours, then talk about it.
yeah, eat a chip and
You
just-
can't.
Yeah, eat the chip and then talk about it, motherfucker.
You can't. You can't even take. You can't even have that courage to open that box and open this packet and try to bring it here.
Yeah.
You will be like, oh my god, my life.
It will be like
chaos.
My life will be in shambles. I will be in hell.
But those who hate you in the thing
short.
I have seen is the people who hate you on the face, they are very much inspired by you. They are having that respect for you in their mind, in their
Like
heart.
being
But
patient
they
and
will-
being
they will-
observant is
Yeah.
this thing. You
But
can observe everything.
The crab mentality is there. They will try to pull you back. They're just testing your patience and testing
Yeah.
your credibility around this pod or your dreams. They will try to push you down. Ki, nahi, tu nahi se kar
There are two types of people.
If
One
you
is
let
the
them
crab
drown
mentality.
yourself,
There are two
let
types
me
of
complete.
Sure, sure.
If you let them drown yourself, you will never be able to rise again. And they will have an excuse for their lifetime that ये तो करना ही देखा हो गया ना. So they will not do it.
If you get successful, they'll be like, ah, मेरा दोस्त.
हाँ.
If you get failed, तनु क्या की question
Audience
करना.
is always gonna be there.
Yeah.
That is
So
the point.
there are two types of mentality. One is sheep mentality and one is crab mentality. Crab mentality will pull you down and sheep mentality will follow you but can't be at your place.
Yeah.
They'll be like, मैं तो same करता कि मेरा क्यों नहीं हुआ?
And you know what? When my friends, some of the individuals who are criticized, I enjoy it. I laugh at them. I'm like, I'm the prize bitch.
As of today, the pod we shared in which I said when you get married,
Yeah.
her family will become yours. Some guy sent it to my friend and asked, "Is शादी हो गई क्या?" And I was like,
You are not, bro, at that level of mentality that you can
Consider this.
You can consider the responsibilities of getting married before getting into it.
and imagine what these guys are having relationships and are like totally into each other. And these guys are talking, इसकी शादी हो गई क्या ऐसी बात कर. I was like, you should have that mental aspect. You should be ready for what you are having in the future.
Like the first time I shared my pod on my Instagram, there are some people, somewhere he used to be a good friend people.
They were like, भाई ये कब से शुरू कर दिया तूने? ऐसी बातें तू कब से कर शुरू कर दी है? इतना confidence कहाँ से आ रहा है? At that time I was fumbling in that video. Still, they were like, भाई ऐसी बातें दो बार ही सुनी फिर समझ आया तूने बोला क्या? And at this point of time, if I share the video on my profile, people will reach out, save it, but won't like it.
Won't like it, bro.
Because
Won't like it.
They
They don't want
they,
it.
they just don't want that I am stalking you, I am seeing
Yeah.
you. And being an observant guy,
I am
have-
appreciating you. Even they will
being an observant guy, I have seen this thing like being an observant and patient guy basically. I have seen this thing many times. People will think that you are like the ordinary one. When you show your pockets or when you open your bag, they will like, what is this? So I have seen that I have faced it many times, but I just love being this observant and patient guy.
There is a different kick in this one, and there are times
Giving
when I-
surprise to someone is the best.
And sometimes I call my colleagues or sometimes I call a person that I don't usually talk to. The first thing they say is, "क्या बात आज का content and then you realize that your content is being out there and being read by the persons, but they will not like it just because you get the acknowledgement that they have read it. And there is
Excuse me, sir. Sorry to interrupt, but the battery percentage is falling below 10%. Please charge me for continuous services.
तो उसको उठा लेना डब्बे को, वही डब्बे को उठा ले और चार्जिंग करो.
भाई वो कह रहा है कि वो टेंशन नहीं छोड़ूंगा
वाईफाई तार दूंगा मेरे
नहीं हाँ इतना तो
नहीं भाई जान
अब वो उतर गया पीछे से
चलो कोई बात वाईफाई बंद कर
हाँ,
दो
I don't want to more you.
Thank you, sir, for the charge.
देख वीडियो कॉल
चल रही है
So bad, but for us, when you are that kind of mentality,
फ्रेम here comes the technological errors
So
here comes the universal errors that the universe doesn't want you to.
and even that is the time when universe tests you.
Hmm.
Are you doing it with your full heart or not? Then only it will bless you.
Universe will, like, let's test them. After this notification, usually we
People
will
will
stop
like
it.
wrap up.
Yeah.
So back
We'll
to the
charge it.
point. When you make this kind of content,
It's been
you are just putting it out, so the worthy ones or the real ones will see it. Those who are embarking on the same journey, and those who are looking for the motivation or the direction or the nudge to point them in the right direction, and they can look up to something or look up to someone, and at that point of time, your likes doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Even if nobody likes my post, there are some posts that only got 100 views, and I'm very glad about it. Because if you imagine 100 people viewing your post, it is like a chota palace bharne ke barabar. 100 people is a big thing. We virtual जब से हो गया तब से 100 की वैल्यू बड़ी कम हो गई है. And whenever my post touched 1000 and my one post of mine touched 8700 around, and I was so happy that the message was important to such a large audience, and I was content with it. But I couldn't stop. I had to do it again and again. Maybe someone worthy out there didn't see my profile that day. Maybe he will do today.
Yeah.
Maybe the next day. I am just being out there for the persons who need me.
Even when I was not posting in last 3 to 4 days, the people were liking my posts. The content is out there.
Yeah.
The universe will just push it.
Push it.
And it's been more than 2 hours now. I'm having my water. Just because my throat is getting a bit dry. And there comes the part of suffering. And you know, the sip of water, which come after more than 2 hours of taking Jolochips or just speaking, in my prospect a bit small suffering, is much more revivifying to me. And that what comes with
Now just got rejuvenated by the water.
yeah, there comes the philosophy. The peace you will get out after doing some work or putting in the good, taking some suffering, will not be delivered after doing just nice things or the things which are not needed to be done. So do the things which are justifiable, which have meaning in it, and take the suffering which has a meaning which can be uplifting for you. That's what meaning is. Bringing meaning in your life, bringing maps of meaning in your life. Anything other?
All done.
Or I think it's good enough for the day.
Yeah, we have covered different kind of pains: physical pain, mental pain, the unforeseen pain.
Yeah. Every kind of pain, Jolochip pain,
Yeah.
very nice pain. Give us more. There is a request to this
Joke
company.
pain. Night pain, joke pain.
There is a request to this Jolochip company. Please manifest something more spicy than it. It is just a baby chip for us, and we would love to do it again if you create something more intriguing than this particular chip which you have created out there. That's how Stoics reacted. Please impart some closing words.
So basically, as I said earlier, pain is going to be there. It's up to you. Either you choose the pain of the suffering and go into the downward spiral, or you choose the pain of your self-development and be a better person than you were yesterday. And along the same lines, I will say I chose to be a better person every day and take the pain of being better physically, mentally, and spiritually, and you should do the same and do it for 1 month and see changes in you. And do you like it? If you like it, just keep embarking, don't stop. There is nothing who can stop you instead of you. As Mr. Abhinav mentioned, it's you who's gonna make you, or it's you who's gonna break you. Kindly be the one who make you, and then make the world a better place to live for you and your future generations.
Thank you everyone, and do subscribe the channel because there will be much more self-aggrandizing content which will give you some pain, but that pain will definitely be act as a medicine or will act as an upward spiral for you, because that pain will help you in your growth. And thank you very much for considering this a long podcast of more than 2 hours. Thank you everyone. Your attention and your valuable time matters a lot for us. Do comment some of the topics in the comment sections below so that we can get some more suffering and we can develop ourselves more.
And I see honest sports के लिए kindly like, subscribe and share.
Yeah. Thank you.